Happy Friday, everybody out in YouTube land. What's good today? Oh, I hope wherever you are that you have electricity and water. And, a lot of people are screwed right now. Even better for a reason to escape to Fenhaven. Let's go. Ooh. Reality. No. Pooey reality. We're going to Fenhaven, y'all. Hi, Gadelkan. Hi, Zozo. Hi, JK Pioneer. Hi, dear. Happy Friday. Yeah, reality is not an option today, this evening. So, I really want to shut this light off, but I'm going to do an experiment here. Hang on. Is that too dark and scary? Is that ambiance, or is that like stupid and witchy? Zozo's waving back. Hey, there's Street. What up, Street? Hi, Redneck Express. Hi, Meat Man. Yo. Yeah, you know what? I want to look at the book. It's too spooky. I look too spooky. Whoa. Okay, wait. There we go. Yeah, I'm just getting situated because there's my sister's cat. What's the matter? Distractions everywhere. I better have a drink of my drinking beer tonight. Frustrated that we don't, the only information I give a toot about is what Jack has. What I only care about what Jack is. I don't want to read anyone else's book. That's not Jack. I don't want to know, So, it's killing me. The waiting is killing me. It's so frustrating. It's very frustrating. Hey, huh? Oh, hi, Atlantic Coast. How you doing? Nice to see you. Hi, ES. Nice to see you. What is a spinner? Spinner is working. One of those fidget spinners. I need me a fidget spinner. Hey. Zozo Rocks is packing up 1974 2 LP. What's Montgomery Jazz set? In and out. Did you sell it? Is that what you're saying? Redneck Express. Don't know Jack. Me either. God, I just doubt myself even doing this show, you guys. I mean, okay, 21 people though. Okay. Because it's like, who cares what I have to say? Nobody. I mean, or, it's not, and it's not about that either, because it's not about that. It's about being connected as a community still. I think that's what we got to do, right? Hi, Nomadic Madman. Good to see ya. Yes, let's do some effing analyzing. That's what I want to do. Analyze the F out of this. Hi, Lucky Digger. Yeah, let's quit talking about anything else but this. And okay, so I'm just where to start? Where should we start? Where should I start? Analyze from the beginning. Okay, class, everybody go grab your books. Let's start with the dust jacket. The curious piece I find right away, is the quotation marks in the unlock the clues that are scattered among these pages, and you can go home with a bronze chest that is so full of gold and precious jewelry that it's almost too heavy for one person to carry. And so do we know who wrote this the flaps? Do we care who wrote the flaps? What we do care about is the quotation marks insinuate that it's Forrest says it. And then, Forrest Fenn, the author, commas, has spent most of his 80 years in similar pursuits of passion and now wants others to share in the thrill of that chase. And that's italicized. So when something is italicized, let's look that up. I better use my phone, hey, huh? Because if I try doing other stuff. Hey, Google, what does it mean when a word's italicized?
Here's the definition of italicize. Set text in italics.
Okay, so what is that's not very helpful. I'm sorry. Oh, did everybody's phone just go off? Oh no, that's voice activated. Only my voice, right? I don't know how it works. I'm sorry. Hi, Huli. Susie, pictures are as cute as pie. Why, thank you, Huli. Street scene. Who wrote those words? Who wrote those words? That's my question. And why is something italicized? What does it mean when something is in italics?
According to vocabulary.com, when you italicize your writing, you print or type in the slanted letters called italics. You can italicize a word in a sentence when you want to emphasize it.
So it's used for emphasis. The thrill of that chase. And so what does that chase refer to? So you go back up into the paragraph. Forrest Fenn, the author, has spent most of his 80 years in similar pursuits of passion and now wants others. It's pursuits of passion. And now wants others to share in the thrill of that chase. So he's telling us it's to pursue your passion. Is that not what I'm hearing? Yes, I still love the Roosters before anyone gets concerned. It is. You know what? I watched a really good. I should put a link. Figure out the link how to do it. Oh, I'll add the link later to a video that Huli brought to my attention, and it's a Eric Sloan and Forrest Fenn comparison, and it's really well done. It's a YouTube video that they made, and their name is like something universal magnet, or I can't remember quite what it is, but it's a really good video, but just for an example, at the end of the video, he goes into where the treasure had to have been in New Mexico, that it couldn't have been, he ties all these Eric Sloan ties, or just how Eric Sloan could have been used or was used, or yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Focus. But okay, so at the end, yes, he says he thought it was or thinks it's in New Mexico, and it was just published like days ago. It's not like it's been out there for years. So the person who put it out there obviously is aware that Forrest himself said it was found in New Mexico. He does address that in the video, and he just whatever. There's a lot of great information. It's like an hour long, over an hour. A lot of great information before that he shows you what he thinks the ties are to New Mexico. But anyway, I'll figure out how to link it. Oh, yay. Video, don't go now. He says, yeah, thank you, Huli. It really was, kept me entertained. It's a good distraction, entertainment, and it was a nice lane to spark my imagination for what this, it's in that frustrating moment of hurry up, it's torturous, and Jack has to know that this is, it's getting to be almost cruel in my experience. Like, I feel like this is getting to be cruel, that we don't get, the most epic treasure hunt ever, and we aren't getting any sort of information of whens and whats, and it's just, so then it's like, okay, go back to the book and let's just analyze the F out of this. Jack asks to know what has to know. He has to know how frustrating this is for the rest of the people in this game. And it's I know it's a big responsibility. I know it takes time, but please just say. Or is it because of, I thought that, well, I've got a lot of new hope that now that the lawsuits have been laid to rest, and I think that perhaps a Chicago lawsuit, they will think twice before doing it again, just because of the cost of how much she would have to pay the lawyers. Like, because of that other guy, he had to pay like what, 80,000, 90, some ridiculous amount of money for being an ass clown. The ass clown tax, pay the Forrest Fenn lawyers. And of course, the other lawsuit didn't get that far into that point. So I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna shut up. Where did it go? See, I just drove us right off the track. I don't want to go there, but I'm just wondering, okay, why did I go? Oh yeah, because I'm wondering what's a holdup for at least a little piece of the information. Like, what is it? Where is K-Pro? You know what? I wanted to go tonight and go to look at all those emails that they gathered of Jack's that Jack did confirm, and I went out to K Pro. Are you in here? Yes. Hi, K Pro. How's it going? Hi, Jeep Girl Jody. Hi, Richard Rutherford. Nice to see you. Yeah, I haven't looked up here. I wanted to see. Did you put K Pro? Did you put a link, or is there somewhere that there is that we can go and see all of Jack's confirmed email spreadsheet or whatever, a link to what you had put together or collected? Or is that something that's like a member thing, or am not ready yet, or I don't know. But I'm just wondering if there's a place where we could see those, because it would be fun to start, just string all those together. I don't know. Okay. And also I didn't submit the email that I had with Jack, the communication, only because it was already published on Dale's website as one of the first Jack Gets Mails. That was the only email I've ever sent Jack. And it was published already, so I didn't put it in that database. And I'm wondering if somebody just did include all those that were already published in there or not, or because now Dale's website, yeah, but there's only about 60 in there, and I have seen so many others posts or emails that there are hundreds more out there. But how many of those are legitimate, are legit? That's just the thing. You can't really trust or believe anybody at this point. It's too many people are convinced otherwise than, or you know what I'm saying? But you've got a whole nother, K-Pro has got a whole nother big picture on this because of Thor, because of Hint of Riches. And there's relationships that go back. I don't know what year you started Thor or Hint of Riches website or blogs. I don't know what year that happened, but I know you've had people that have been like you recognize in the community, and then through their interactions that you would trust, So, but anyway, it's hard to, and that's what I really, really, really appreciate about you getting that. Why does Jack almost only privately email? I don't know what that means. You mean not share like all the other? Why does he pick the ones to share, the ones that he did share? But he's got so many. Holy moly, So I don't know. Let's figure this without him. Would that be something? Sitting here and all of a sudden something clicked. It feels like something sooner or later is gonna just click. And that really would be a one up on the whole process. If somebody else figured it out. I also think if somebody else figured it out and it made sense, like I haven't heard anything that has really, clicked all the way, like I don't, you guys know what I mean. Click, where Forrest wanted to die. So hope we receive closure this year of some kind. Yes. I hope to see it in a museum. Yes. I like visiting here, but I am getting weary. I know. And I'm just like, why am I even doing these shows anymore? What am I even? I got nothing. I am absolutely got nothing. Am nobody in this. I don't have any information. I don't connect with anybody. I just sit here and make up stuff. Can you imagine how tired Forrest must have been dealing with this every day? It makes me more and more just think he's the one who pulled the plug on this. Whatever. I don't care how Jack got it. He's got it. And there's a huge story behind it. And the story we got was too small. But this is, this stuff does take time. Whoever don't we know that there's a book, like that guy who published the outdoor magazine or article about Jack? Didn't he say that he's writing a book that's supposed to come out this summer? And it goes, and to be able to write a book and finish a book, there's got to be, the story's not over yet. There's still, so it has to. It's painful. The waiting is painful. I wish it would just be, we just need more, more information or figure it out myself. And I wanted to analyze the F out of this, and I keep getting distracted by my own. Yeah, Dan. Yes, Hoolies. Yes. So making things up is what we have all been doing from the beginning. Isn't that the truth? Street. We're all getting to make up our own idea of what this all means. And so what do I think of all this? Okay, I'm going to just go. And the first page number that we see is page 4. Why did it start with page 4? And why is it a real 4 and not a preface? Should really be the Roman numeral. It should be IV instead of 4, according to book rules, book publishing rules. And those rules he did follow in Too Far to Walk. But maybe the rules are different because of the structure of the book. This is a memoir. This is a scrapbook. It's a beautiful, coffee table book or something. I don't know. With a treasure map in the back. It's fantastic. Who left the fake blaze? What was a fake blaze? A fake blaze must have been similar to the real blaze. So what could a fake blaze be, But Jack did tell us about the fake blaze. So that's legit, real information to grab onto and talk to. That's a real topic. But it's an exhausting topic, and that's all we've talked about. I want to play the book. I want to go in the book. And then, so it starts out on page 4, and, A-L-L. Okay, so the L-L is also, it looks like 1-1. It looks like 2 1s, those 2 small L's. Everybody has the book, but does that focus or not? Or am I wasting my time? If you look at it, so the book, the page number is 4, so it could be like 411. 411 is information, So here we start. Here's the information. The stories that mingle among the pages are as true to history as one man can average out the truth, considering the fact that only one of my natural instincts is to embellish just a little. So, it's embellishments. He's already said, and Nevertheless, the story about my treasure chest is true. So does that mean all the rest of this is not true? And the only thing that is true is the story about his treasure chest? No, because it has, my word for me that he put into this book that had already been written previous, like years previous, right? And then I was watching Baron Fendi look for stuff, and they made me think of when I was poking around the Wayback Machine and looking at the what's it called, the old Santa Fe Trading Co. website, and I found a copy of the poem that was put out in 2010. Like, it seems like it was, I think I'm 99% that it's from 2010. And it had a title. The poem was titled Where the Treasure Lies. And that had then been removed. I saw this with my own eyes. So this is not hearsay. This is not whatever. I saw that the title of the poem was Where the Treasure Lies on the website. That was Forest Fens, and it was the whole page was with the links for TTOTC. And it also gave you a link to not sample pages, what's that, excerpt of the book. And he chose, like, I don't know, 10, 12 page, I can't remember how many pages. And they were a PDF file that you could click on from October 2010, and you can click on them and then see the pieces of the book. And the book was also ordered differently than what it was in print, other print. Like, the way it was set, the PDF file was set, that the page broke. The page broke in the middle of the poem. Right? So and what it ended up being, in print, is the title. Titles of things are underlined in English type writing. And so right at the top of the page before the poem, it's Golden Moor. So is now the title, oh, look, I wrote right on there Where the Treasure Lies. Because once I saw that, I was like, wow, what? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I've been totally ignoring you. Lorraine, okay. Somebody that would love to have what? Oh, here I see my name. Just write down or highlight the important words. Right. You know what happened then? I'll end up underlining all the words. But when I was watching, when I was watching that Eric Sloan video, Eric Sloan and Forest Connection video, there was, I think Eric Sloan did it, said it, or I don't know, one of the two said that, do you know when a blueberry is green, it's red? Isn't that good? When a blueberry is green, it's red. And everybody knows what that means. And, when something's green, it's not red. I don't have to explain to this crowd. Uh-huh. doesn't own it. So the Rocks doesn't own any of the books. Size, Poem, Internet Purist. Really? That's really, see, now that's interesting. You know, it's everybody's approach to this is, and this book I wrote, well, you guys know, every one of you guys, I show it a million times like a parrot. I can't talk about anything else. I got a copy that's really nice. I did not write in, that has no marks. That's because it got to the point where you can't tell if Forrest put this in here or I did. But what else what else is interesting about that whole the pages, like this page is the graphics different on the PDF file, which is supposed to be hey K Pro, do you have the first printing of TTOTC? It would be really interesting. Have you ever done that, or is that, did it get printed with the poem on a different page other than 132? Is the poem on page 132 in the original TTOTC? That's what I want to know. Does anyone in here have that? And I think there were 3,000 printed, so it would have to be the first 3,000 printings. But anyway, okay, what else? I have it open to, and I just saw my own reference to this book, The Great Gatsby. The green light, going back to, I just saw a note. Anyway, that takes me back to when Forrest on page 7, which looks like an F, the 7 it's 7 with a line through it, so it looks like an F. Where Eric was waiting for the light to change. You know, who knows how long he might have lived if he hadn't had to wait for the light. Life is like that sometimes, and death is always too harsh. So if he's waiting for the light to change to walk, so that means the light was green and he's waiting for the light to turn red. I don't know. It's just how Forrest just introduced red, yellow, green into the story without saying those colors. That's, he's added color to the story of Eric Sloan, which he did add color to the story of Eric Sloan because while standing on a street corner Manhattan waiting for the light to change, well, apparently the real story goes he was walking down the street Manhattan and he had a heart attack, a cardiac arrest, and he grabbed a parking meter and then walked over to the steps, and then somebody helped him, apparently, I guess, to the steps. I don't know, but that's sad. Makes me sad to think I didn't, it's like, how silly to be sad over Eric Sloan that I didn't ever get to meet him. Or, it's the same, I feel that same sadness of never getting to meet Forrest Fenn, both of those guys. It's just like this, That's so silly. That is silly. It's Forrest's fault. I blame Forrest. Okay. But Eric Sloan's birthday is coming up on the 27th. What day of the week is that? Am I going to have a little Eric Sloan birthday party, perhaps? Oh, it's on a Saturday. He was born in 1905. So he would be, what, 116 years old? Or is that 106? 116. Wow. Okay, that's on a Saturday. Okay, yeah, you guys, if you want me to see your chat, please do at Susie Fenhaven, because you all know there's Homer Brown. Hi, Homer Brown. Are you the same Homer Brown forever? Uh-oh. Thanks, Street. Who'd you get? What's going on? I'm going to ignore the chat. Uh-oh, is that like am I under attack? Like AGK, they're going to take over and sell Bitcoins on my channel? No? Don't buy them, you guys. If I get hijacked, don't listen to them. I couldn't see that person. Wow. Whatever, I'm glad I gave away 1 million wretches. I don't even know who gets a wrench or who I gave all wrenches. I don't even know how to take them back. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Double Omega, nice to see you. He can't hide anything in the same location if others know of it. Okay. There's something. Perhaps it is going to do something else. There is. But then just flipping tell us that. It's really not fun feeling that frustration any longer. It's like, yeah, I can steer my way past it and do other things, but it's just like, come on, some more, give us more information. Street, oops, wrong button. Oops, button. Oops, are you pushing are you wrenching people? Everyone get out of your desk. Duck. Are you guys duck, duck, gray duck, or duck, duck, goose? I'm Minnesota. That means duck, duck, gray duck. Oh, shit. Cheers, y'all. Drinking beer out of a wine glass. Is this the champagne? Isn't Miller the champagne of beers? So, look at how fancy. Hi, Jack Jack. How's it going? You didn't miss nothing. I am ridiculous, and I have nothing to say, and I babble, and we're just here for each other, man. We're just here getting through, trying to get from A to B, killing time in the zone of silence, in the cone of silence. Oh, right? Okay. Sorry. Oh, I think my sister's home from work. Should I yell? No. Okay. Okay. Life for Eric was just a rule of thumb anyway. And he was philosophical about it all. So it, in that sentence, the way Forrest used the word it in that sentence, it means life. Life for Eric was just a rule of thumb anyway. I love that. Oh. He was married 5 times. And then in $17 a square inch, he said Eric was married 6 times. So an extra wife appeared. Or no, an extra wife got booted from this book. One didn't count. I don't know. But they all must be gone by now, because if Eric would be 116, he did marry like an 18-year-old girl, something ridiculously young, like 18, 19, like well, it was a different time. Didn't last long. And he was younger too. I mean, he wasn't like an 80-year-old man. He was married to his last wife for 24 years or something like that. Mimi. Yeah, once he got married to her, he was married to her for the rest. But the beginning, before he found her, there he had a couple bumpy rides. Hey, huh? Switch for beating. A rule of thumb equals switch for beating. What does that mean, Lucky Digger? I hated it. I love dodgeball, Richard Rutherford. I hated it. I can still, you know what? Thinking about those red, can't you still like smell it? If you think about it, that red rubber ball that you could really just let some air out and why are we talking about that? Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the the way okay, so in who thinks that okay, so it says preface, right, on page 4. Zozo with no book. I mean, what do you think of this? Just really. On page 4, it says preface, and then it has this fancy page next. That life is a game of poker, happiness is the pot. Right? Fate deals you 4 cards and a joker, and you play whether you like it or not. And Pompirus, this is a misquote. The real quote goes, life is only a game of poker, and happiness is the pot. Fate deals you 5 cards in the cradle, and you play whether you like it or not. Okay, so already that opened up. So this is page 5. This is the preface. This is the fancy page. This is the dedication. And then you turn the page, and it has this, and it doesn't say up here, it doesn't say preface any longer. It just has these 2 pages, pages 6 and 7, that are they the preface? You guys, do you assume that they're the preface as well? Or because they don't have that title at the top of the page, do you assume that it's a different, what is it? Is it the introduction? And as a preface and an introduction, 2 different things? I know Forrest is making his own rules here, but it also starts with another capital letter. And it doesn't appear to be, it's an A and then it's a W, so if this wasn't, it makes it seem like this is because of the letter, like this is the start of a different section. That's no longer the preface, and more like your information page. And right away, right here's Eric Sloan. And he tells us that he wrote about 50 books, and they were all clever. They're more than clever. They're fantastic. and some people, and what he's recorded and the tools and stuff, the way we're going, we're going to need to know all that stuff over again. I'm afraid people are going to want to know all this stuff over again. You know, get back to the earth. Okay. But okay, so there's this. And then he's Eric, then his dad. Then he talks about his dad, right? And then we turn the page, and then our chapter is important literature. So if Eric, why wasn't Eric included in the important literature portion instead of the previous pages, right? And once you get your hands on one of Eric's books, you will know what he's talking about, because he's so diverse. He goes from this book, which tells people, he's showing people, it's so good. All these, he's telling people how to draw, you know, or what line draw, you know, shadows and lines, and how his style. So this book is so like different. I mean, they're also information, the information that he includes. And then it goes, you know, to a book like this. One of the first outdoor signs, and look at that, Coca-Cola, you know, he painted his way across the country to Taos, painting bridges, etc., windows, signs. But I mean, and these books that I have just sitting, you know, happen to be sitting right here, are not even his, you know, like Noah Blake diary of an early American boy. That's so good. I mean, there's so much information, like how people lived and how this kid got a diary, a blank page diary for like Christmas or his birthday. Was it his birthday? It was his birthday. And it was like, that was like this huge, big damn deal that he just got this book, and he got a window in the cabin for like an occasion. You know? Like, it was just so different. But Eric has so much good information, like Reverence for Wood. That book is just full of information. Oh, I see my name. The first paragraph of the preface told me to sort through the embellishments. I'm glad I wore boots. I know there's so much, you know, that just made me think and go back to the title of Where the Treasure Lies. And he removed that. And it's like, so in the book, are we looking for, I mean, lies? It's such a, I don't know if his embellishments would be called lies, but it is funny twist of words if you want to use it like that. Because I can. Hi, you're a doll. I'm glad you think so, because I can. Uh-huh. Lies, lies, lies. Yeah. The lies. There's a, you know, the book is full of misquotes and uh you know, stuff that's full of, yeah, that's close, but just a little change that story, you know. I don't know. I just got the bell. Oh, Eric Sloan Bell book? Doesn't that make you, reading that book or looking at that? It's a teeny, skinny little book, and The Sound of Bells by Eric Sloan. And it's really good because bells used to be a form of communication. Everybody, as I roll away, bells used to be a form of communication. They used to tell us all sorts of stuff that's how everybody, that was the telephone, or the way everybody knew something was going on. When someone died, you got to know if it was a man or a woman by how many. I think it's 6 for a woman, 9 for a man. Tolls, and then after do that, the bell rests, and then it goes into their age. They ring a bell for each, and bells told you when to curfew. They rang at like 9 o'clock at night. That was curfew. That's a bell rang, and that was how it went. But there were bells for church. Bells, whatever. And just the whole tie-in to this, and him feeling the need to make bells. And everybody knows too that that bell in his office area was from Eric Sloan. And then he had an Eric Sloan bell in his backyard on a pole too. Where's that bell? Did it go with the house? Is it still at the house? Yeah, of course it's still at the house. That was at Forrest's house in his backyard, right? Yep. $9:52. Okay, I've been on almost an hour. Yeah. And then okay, I'm just looking at this. I'm just looking down. I'm on Dancing with the Millennium. And that's on page 135. It's immediately following the poem. It goes poem, and then this paragraph after the poem certainly seems like it goes with it, because there's the period, the brown box and a map, and the frog. There's Cape Rose frog. That's lost in the mail. Shit. That's fun to think about. Wondering. Oh. Homer Brown says, I reviewed all fans quotes at the original source by getting and reading entire books. T.S. Eliot collected books of poems, which is a dark book. First page on each made of wood. Then there's the Catch-22, right? That book. But okay, so back in here. This is another okay, so that right after the poem is that paragraph, but there's another literary reference by bringing in Captain Kidd and Gardner Island looking for the treasure. That brings in books. I mean, that brings in, what do you call it, the gold bug? And isn't Captain Kidd, isn't there more books? Isn't there a Captain Kidd book? I mean, Treasure Island, or I don't know if that's Captain Kidd. All I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, it's a book. There's so many books referenced inside this book that there's actual library. If you wanted to, build, you could build, that would be so good. That should be a part of the whole Forrest Fenn experience. this imaginary museum exhibit that I've made up in my mind. But it would be great to go get every book that is even hinted to, like that, like the all of them. There's so many. Like the guy waving the is there Catcher in the Rye, a Time magazine, that Time magazine that he talks about, that should be there. I mean, all this, if you really wanted to gather up all the literature that's hinted to or referenced in this Thrill of the Chase, it is tons. It is tons of books. And we all know Forrest loved books. I don't know what to think of that. But what I do think is if we just keep picking at this or thinking about it in ways and that it's got to shake out, don't you think? It's just got to shake. Jack did it. Jack did it. Knowing somebody did it is torture. I have 3 signed copies of Fenn's books, and I intend to give them away on YouTube someday. Is that right? I cried when I touch his signature. I love that too. I have his signature. And once upon a while, the Wolf gave me that. It's one of my first. And Harold gave me Too Far to Walk, but you guys all know that. But yeah, here's my Forrest. I know. Hi, Forrest. You know what? You can feel the ink in his smiley face. That's lovely. It's my most favorite thing. I need to get me an Eric Sloan book that's autographed with his real writing, not because there are editions of Eric Sloan's book where it became a part of the edition or whatever. It's his signature, but it's printed. It's been printed, but it does look like a real signature. But I want real ink that he did, not that was printed. You know what I mean? Does anyone have some books he quoted out of and others he only mentioned the book? You're right, Homer Brown. But it doesn't matter. If we just went and got here's Hopalong Cassidy. Is that in a book? Okay, well, we would have to include comic books too. Is that a real guy or is that a comic book character? But I'm looking right now. I'm looking at Surviving Myself chapter. It's a very apropos chapter for me. Oh my God, if I could survive. I did have, hey, Nomadic Madman, are you still in here? I made biscuits and gravy, scrambled egg on the side. It was delicious. Thank you for planting that seed. Okay, what caught my eye here is I'm on page 39. When Mr. District Attorney is in quotation marks, was over at 8 o'clock. The kids had to start for bed. It doesn't say 8 p.m. It just says 8 o'clock, but we know he's referring to p.m. because it's start for bed. And the ritual is set in concrete. So what if there is a district attorney? Okay, so district attorney. So what if he's alluding to one of those markers, like here's Copper Dan's coin, and this is a copy of the, what are those called? You guys know what I'm saying? That triangle thing. But it's a marker out in the wilderness that's set in concrete. They're called, you guys know what they're called. Somebody help me. Hooli knows everything. Hooli. Benchmark. Thank you. A benchmark. And isn't that a great, because he talks about benches and Father on the Banco. Benchmark. And then this whole thing is 8 o'clock set in concrete. So what if that is a benchmark is out there in the wilderness, and you gotta do 8 o'clock, you gotta go up, take your measurement, because district, the surrounding area is a district. Man, Skippy and Silver, June and Silver, there's pictures on this page. I'm reading, it's, here's the district attorney thing. And then here's those two pictures. Look at this look at this forest fin. Oh my God. Can you just, I love it. And I love those, he's got those striped jean. It's so good. Oh, there. I'm glad you made the biscuits. I always have to have a Dr. Pepper after eating them. I know they're so rich. Uh-huh. I had 7-Up or Diet 7-Up. Uh-huh. You need to cut that. Oh, but they're so good. And coffees, cut it with coffee. And is JK Pioneer still in there, or did he go to work, or does he have to work? He said he sent me coffee, and I've been drinking that, and thank you. It was the one I had today was 8 o'clock, the brand 8 o'clock coffee, and it was really good. Thank you. I still have one package left, and that's it. That's it. You're my reserve coffee. I only have a few beans left. Usually I grind my own coffee. I have a French press. Anyway, how do we talk about coffee? Okay. It's been an hour and I have nothing to talk about. You guys, did somebody say coffee? Yep. I'm talking about your coffee. Thank you. Uncle Titus, we drinking coffee too late. I would be up all night. I know, can't drink coffee now, but it's really good to drink with biscuits and gravy in the morning, or whenever your morning is, right? Eight o'clock a.m. or p.m. Right? Yeah, because district attorney. Anyway. Okay, and also this chapter I just caught eye of is on page 38 on that, is where he referenced came brown out of the oven. Brown out of the oven. It's just because the word brown is used. When you brown something in the oven. How could that be? How could that reference to an oven? Why is there a reference to an oven? Is there? And this is one of the references to an oven. There's other references as well. There's that grandma, not surviving myself, but I gotta look for it now. Now I have to see it. Where you wash dishes. I can't remember. Oh, right here. The Totem Cafe caper. Again, and also another reference to the bakery or ovens and whatnot is the when they broke 2 pies and if they were broken, you get 2 for a nickel. And then that lady broke them on purpose. Is that the learning curve? Jumpstart the learning curve? No, that's where they're eating biscuits and gravy. But it's when he used to walk to school and then go past and then the Totem Cafe, he totally got busted sitting behind a tree eating a pie. So there's at least 3, and then windows too. So it's ovens and windows. I don't know. What do you guys really think? With real butter. Go through some butter at this house. Oh, man. Oh, well. Do you split your biscuits before putting gravy on them or just down the whole thing? No, I split it because I want lots of gravy. I need lots of gravy real estate. Uh-huh. And they were even good when they were left over. You should be writing this down. I probably have a million times. I know. I'm so scattered. I need an assistant. Here's a piece of paper that says Blaze Facts. And only because I'm ridiculous. Oh, and then on the back, what does it say? Fire and earthquake. Oh, yeah, because we were talking about what could really, why the blaze, how the blaze got damaged. Oh, did K-Pro ever tell me do you guys know, is that Jack's email, all those emails that they collected, that Christy and Mike collected from Hint of Riches, is that published for people to see yet or no? At the next Forest Fen event, I will make biscuits and gravy. That's a good reason to be there. Yeah, you could even. Now I'm hungry. Do I have any beer? Oh, yeah, I still have some beer left, so I better keep going, right? Cheap Girl Jody. Oh, she's talking. I better just say my name. I'm going to scroll back up. What did I miss? No, yes, I'm still here because of winter and COVID, and I am still here. That's why I'm still here too. Really, you guys, it's like we're still all in this together. We're just in holding pattern. Kapooey. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Nomad. Wicker coffins or transfer baskets were used to store bodies before being moved for burial while waiting for a doctor to come pronounce the individual dead. Okay, Homer Brown. That just made me think of an Eric Sloan book where he was drawing, I don't know which Native American tribe or which he was talking about at the time, but they put their people on a on stilts, like at high, and then the body up on a stretched, what do you call hide? You know what? Hide, it poles, blanket, whatever, and put it up there. Oh my God. So it's just, there's so many different rituals. And every culture has their own ritual, and and all the Native American tribes have their own rituals as well, depending on where they are in the country and what they're, and there's so many of them. Um, yeah, there's a lot of references to death in the thrill of the chase. There really is. And, his epitaph at the end, and then him sitting in a graveyard, and how he just dropped that, told us about his brother Skippy, and then just said, he's gone now, or, how he just punched us with that. And that's very reminiscent of Catcher in the Rye, where Holden Caulfield told us that about his brother's baseball glove, and then said, and now he's dead, or so. It was just like boom, it was just this, a very blunt way of putting it. And so yeah, there's another book, and especially the books that Forrest called out, besides all of Eric Sloan's book, they're all in play. But the VIP books then would be F. Scott Fitzgerald. And that book is about a guy pretending to be someone he wasn't, and then like accumulating wealth in a shady way, and then getting killed in the end. It's like this story of, but oops, I'm not looking here. So, that's, and then Catcher in the Rye is about the kids, or saving kids, or, the innocents. And so after that, there's Hemingway and For Whom the Bell Tolls, but he also introduced the other Hemingway book, the World War I, Farewell to Arms, right? K-Pro says, Mike was a bachelor for so long, he thinks my cooking is good. That's good. That's really good. That's funny. Right, some people are just so used to eating takeaway, or when they get real food or real home cooked food, it's a different experience. Whip him up some biscuits and gravy. Okay, Pro Susie was asking about the PDF earlier. Yeah. Did I miss that? Did anyone say anything about it and I'm just rambling and didn't hear it? Or is it just not you just guys haven't got that far yet? Susie, do you have Forrest Fenn's second chase book? Is it worth buying? What? I have a second chase book, but I don't know what you mean by that. Please clarify. Jack. I tried to post it, but I had issues. Oh, okay. That's fine. Should hopefully get it up later tonight. I had tech issues. Okay. I just wondered if I didn't know how to find it, or couldn't, I did some searches in there and looked for Jack email, or thought, I don't know what I'm doing in there. Very good. I didn't know if I just missed it or if you hadn't done it yet. But that's whatever. That's great that you're going to do that. That's something, that's a good topic. It's not you, it's me. Okay. Okay. Fried pineapple pies. That sounds so good. But what that makes me think of, there's also so many references to, like, okay, so the olive jar, that is like so symbolic of import. That olives were imported. And so were pineapples. Pineapples were imported. Pineapples and olives were like exotic things in the 30s, 40s. I don't know when all that stuff started, but it came with the immigrants, Everybody brought their own foods when they came to America. They brought kimchi and sauerkraut and whatever it was, so like all of us are imports, and the pineapple pies, a can of pineapple, which I'm assuming pineapple pies were made with canned pineapple by Dole, who started, I think that was like, when did pineapple show up? That's something that Google knows. Anyway, I've been looking for the PDF for about 2 months. I think there was a wedding or something in the middle. Yep. Yep. And a little poker tournament. That was so fun. Playing poker. I mean, I was so stupid. It was, my first time. I had no idea what I was doing. I was really stupid about my hands, but I learned a lot and it's fun and I would do it again. I should practice. I should get into those. But anyway, okay. Yes, it was Iron Will. They were most excellent. Okay, 2 months is an exaggeration. Hooly. Susie, you made it longer than I did. Living the dream, says Because I Can. Nomadic Madman. If everybody ate sauerkraut and kimchi and lots of vitamin C and D3, there would be no COVID problems, in my opinion. Fermented foods are very good for you. I take vitamin D every day. Screw you, COVID. I haven't had my shot. Well, I'm in Minnesota. Everybody's in whatever. Get in line. I'm not in line yet. They don't care. I mean, I'm not. It's not they don't care. I'm not. They don't care because I'm not a essential worker, etc. And I'm not. I'm old, but I'm not that old where they're. JK, I had fun showing everyone the frog I got from you. Oh, right. That was super cool. That's so thoughtful, JK. I'm not going to say it. Never mind. But thank you for the coffee. I really did drink that coffee today. That's what I had. And what else did I have? I had hash browns I made with grating a real potato, hash browns. Fried egg over jammy toast, blueberries, pineapple. I don't know. Oh, charred tomato. Ooh, I love charred tomato. It gets super sweet. Okay, I'm hungry. That's why we're talking about food. Too Far to Walk. Jack says, Susie, Too Far to Walk, I think, is the second one. Yes, I have that. Is that what you're talking about? Yes. I have his second book and his third and his fourth. This one is so heavy. this is what it looks like in comparison. You know, it's probably like twice the size. And it has the fantastic map in the back. Where, Jack, did you know that he has the word, of course you know this, or maybe you don't, I don't know, I'll just say it, that the word answer, he has on this, he has the answer I already know. And in the thrill of the chase, he has answers, plural, S. And he had plenty of opportunities to fix the book, to fix either book, to make a match, but they don't. So why is that word different? You know, you don't make an error in a word, change it from plural to singular in your treasure hunt and not be aware of it. So he changed it to there's one answer instead of answers. Because like Ken says, I am like 5 hours away. If you keep talking about food, I'll see you in the morning. I'm not kidding. So it's like, I don't know where you live, loud. Right? You're in Iowa. I'm in southern Minnesota. I was just in Iowa yesterday. My sister, my awesome sister, took me to the casino. There's a casino right over the state border. I don't know. It's like an hour, 45 minutes, hour away, whatever. But it's right over the border in Iowa. And so I got to go to the casino yesterday. It was super fun. And whatever. Here's to you because I can. I know I'm hungry. Gotta go down. There's leftover pizza. I wish there was leftover biscuits and gravy. What the hell? I've never heard of this. What have we heard? For sure, Susie, the S is so important. For example, which is better, biscuits and gravy or better biscuit and gravy or biscuits and gravy? Are you talking about Caver, are you talking about what I just said about the map? The missing S and that, because my version of Too Far to Walk book is the first printing. So, okay, yeah, you made a mistake. And you know what else? He made a mistake in this book and corrected it, right? So he had said that from Cody, that the entrance to Yellowstone was 52 miles north of Cody. And so that's what it says in this Too Far to Walk book. And every printing since then, it had been corrected, saying Cody was west, 52 miles. The entrance to Yellowstone is 52 miles west of Cody instead of north of Cody. So he did correct it. And so I know that Benchmark made the map, which is a different thing than the book being printed, because they were responsible for the map part of it. So you can't tell me that when they were designing that map, that Forrest didn't have his hands in every little thing. So for him to approve it with that S missing, I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Uncle Titus, I'll send you fish if you send me biscuits and gravy. It's an emergency. Oh, David L. Oh, I love fish too. Real fish from. We work closely with Benchmark. We sold their maps for a while. I need to ask them. Oh my God. Ask them. Because, I mean, yeah. Can we get answers now that it's over and done? Why? I declined their invitation to put an X on a map. God, and it's beautiful. The printing of this is beautiful. The paper it's on, the vivid color in person, all the colors, and like the stuff that he left on and the stuff he left off, I think is also important in this beautiful map. But there is no revision. It has benchmark.com at the very bottom under the key. Isn't that what every map has a key, And the symbol to benchmark maps is that, there it is, I'll show you guys. That triangle. And so a benchmark, in real life, it's not only just the name of the map company. A benchmark is set in concrete out in the wild. And by the way, the treasure hunt is set up, or Forrest explained it. There has to be, a tangible marks where we can, like here, we're at the benchmark. We need to go at 8:00 from wherever or 8:00. So is that 8? Well, I don't know. But it sounds really good. How is that all tied together? No idea. But okay, so I'm going to show you this too. In the back, he tells us everything, the colophon, is that how you say it? There's the double omega, and there's this, all the fonts. Isn't that interesting? And then just here is where he says Benchmark made the map on this page, and then we get his we get a fancy red letter. This is the back of the map, this page. So there's that. Tracy, this benchmark is something to shoot for. Yeah. It's also a measurement, or, a measurement tool. Hence, a measurement tool. Sounds like. And there's an interesting quote from 2012 that I wrote down, that Forrest said about using, it says, he said something like, I use a small f because I'm too lazy to hit the shift button. And then goes on to talk about, I'm going to pull that up. I took a picture of that. You know what that just was? Goodellcon just sent me $9.01 in my PayPal account. Thank you, Goodellcon. That's so good. Thank you. What's this? K-Pro just came on. Is a premiere. Holy crap. Okay, you guys. The book comes out June 8th. We should go live that day for sure. Maybe Jack told some good hints that For sure. I mean, is it going to come out digital? Are you going to be able to Amazon Kindle it? Or hi, Lori Barnes. Hi, Susie. Did you know that the ISB number on T are ones and zeros? Yes, that whole thing with I's and O's instead of ones and zeros. That whole thing carries through into Too Far to Walk with his use of I's and O's. And that does throughout all the Thrill of the Chase too, that every time a number is used, it's not a number. The ones and zeros are I's and O's. And it's is that my notification from K-Pro that you just went live? Squirrel. But the ones and zeros, yeah. Were you listening the other night, or did you guys hear me the other night when it's just, I'm going to repeat it. You guys all heard this already, but it's just cute in case anyone has not. In Too Far to Walk, on the table of contents, chapter 3. Oops. Is it blurry? Chapter 3 is expensive memories, and then it's on page 10, but 10 is written I-O. So expensive memories I-O. And so let's turn to page 10, and see what that expensive memory is all about. Page 10. Oh, and then I-O, expensive memories. And it's about getting a spanking in junior high for running across stupid desks. And then he got a spanking when he got home because he got a spanking at school. And then it goes about he sent me to the back hedge to pull a switch, the thickness of which a switch is also a thing you do. A switchback is one of my secret tricks was to pull a leaf from the hedge in my mouth and chew on it. It was truly a bitter taste, so it helped me take my mind off what was about to happen. He closes this chapter with this little paragraph that says, "It can't be just a coincidence that I never drank, smoked, did drugs, cussed, or got pierced and tattooed. Maybe we should reintroduce spanking in our school systems. I'd vote for it. What do you think?" Sometimes I knew my father was mad at something else and was taking it out on me. I could tell because what I had done didn't merit the punishment. Like the time I locked my little sister out of the bathroom. And then he switches it from calling it a switch to calling it those lickings never hurt, because I knew he was just blowing off steam. He called them lickings instead of switchings and spankings. He refers to them in several different ways in this chapter, which is 3 pages. Don't get this one because this one will not be as whippy. That's his expensive lesson from page I-O. Expensive memories, not expensive lesson, expensive memories. And then in the picture, look at in the back, very lightly, what do you call it? Like a watermark. It says school. when they're standing between them. And this is school right here. It also says it huge. Junior high school. Okay. Well, Jack denies it, but I heard the same. Okay, what does Gadalkan have to say? Gadalkan, generous, dear heart, sweet Gadalkan. I'm just gonna buy food with it. Something good. K-Pro, I heard from a secret source there may be another book to be published. Gadalkan, Jack denies it, but I heard the same thing. But I don't think either will tell the solution or the location. I know, but there's got to be so much more to the story. I mean, and there's got to be a reason why. I mean, there's a why, because that's not the game we were playing. Forrest didn't say no one's ever going to, found, no one's ever going to find out. He said he didn't care. He wasn't worried about it. Did you read my note? No, I didn't. I better do, let's see. Right here. Buy more sausage. I got a little bit left in the freezer. Sounds good. Cheers. Thanks for that. That means I'd have to make the biscuit. Lori Barnes says, in one of my solves, I was using a shadow. So I looked at the sticks on page 13 as shadow, not going one way, but look at the shadow going the other way. Oh, and obviously shadows are an important thing to notice. Here's a stick shadow right on the front, and this is page 10, and it's boom, and it's like expensive memory. So is this expensive lesson? Oh, here it is, right here. Oh, here's what she's talking about, y'all. So if the light source, but yeah, they put the drop shadow of the hand, and is that like a crossing? Are you interpreting? Oh, I like your imagination. I like the way you think, Lori Barnes. See, there's so many good minds out. You guys are, that seems like we could figure this out with all the clues, the extra stuff we know. It just always seemed like, okay, if we knew for sure the state, it would be like cakewalk. Well, now we know for sure the state. But what is the block is, why look for it now? What's the motive? Where's the gold? I mean, you know what I'm saying. Hi, David Bradshaw. Good day. Or is it good night? Homeward doesn't exist anymore. You have to find where it was. Hard to do. Okay. Gadalkan. Oh, others may be writing books. There are lots of those. Right. Yeah. Like, right. There's people that Gadalkan know by Forrest. Another book from Forrest would be great, because he did say he admired J.D. Salinger right in the Thrill of the Chase. It's in our book. It's not, I want to use the word, but I can't. I've got a great word in my head that I cannot say to describe what that is. Extra. information, but the information is in the book about that. It's there. What's escape? This is a part of American literature and history. It needs to be told. It's the greatest treasure hunt ever. Worldwide. Proof. David Bradshaw, you're Australian, right? Or New Zealand or Australia. You're way on the other side of the world. Couldn't be further away. And yet he found Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt, and it's still a part of the community. And here's to you. I know it's a what a thing, you know. Goodell, I thought I got canceled earlier just before he died, but I thought that got canceled. Oh, not I got canceled. Sorry. I thought that got canceled earlier. Oh, another book or another Forrest thing or what? I stopped listening to secret sources. Right, Dave, I 100% agree. Darn, I thought I had it. Nope, Australia. Okay, yeah. Down under. Oh yeah, he was going looking for gold, or Australia, that just has gold laying around everywhere, right? There's nuggets out there waiting to be found, and opals, right? That's what I think of when I think of Australia. Maybe the book is finished and waiting on something. Maybe it's that book that Eric and Forrest started. Maybe it's the book in the olive jar. Maybe that's the other book. But isn't it fun to think around what might be ahead of us, what we get? I wish I had a snack sitting around. I'm hungry. I could. Okay, bro, I'm looking at the okay, I'm too distracted. I can't do this anymore, you guys. I need to go get something to eat. But thanks all for joining me. I'm gonna click some buttons now. It was really good. Somebody else go live. Street, jump on. Who else is in here? Gabriel, you got your premiere. What is that? How long is that? Are you live on that right now? Drunk munchies. Ooh, nachos sound really good. I think I gotta go make some nachos. Okay, you guys. Thanks again for stopping in and saying hi. 51 people. Holy cow, I feel kind of bad. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again next week or sooner out there in YouTube land.